What is up, crap stains? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be in Major League Baseball for Friday, April the 23rd. Game's going to be played between the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Going for the Braves is Huascar Ynoa versus Luke Weaver for the Diamondbacks. Current betting spread is Braves minus 170, total 8.5. So we finally got our first loss on these videos on the first five, under 4.5 from the Cincy Arizona game. Let's all huddle together and mourn as a unit. Cue the tiny violins as well. I'm not sure the game lost by the hook, and we certainly got the best of the number if you're into that. But honestly, this bet didn't really deserve to cash, even if it did stick. An early error against Castillo spiraled a few runs after, but both pitchers found themselves in various jams throughout that first five. Castillo surprised me the most. His fastball did not have more life despite the warmer weather. And outside of his slider, everything else he basically had no command of, and it really didn't have any bite to it. 4 innings, only 1 earned, but it was an ugly outing for Castillo. Maybe the error tilted him a bit as he looked a little better after the first inning, but he was nowhere near as dominant as I anticipated. I have to get off Castillo for the next few starts until I actually see improvement. He's not worth fading at this point, but I just have to see better cruise control from him. He allowed a base runner each inning and multiple base runners in 3 or 4 innings against a very non-threatening Diamondbacks lineup, at least coming into that game. And it wasn't like Zach Gallen was all that dominant either. I mention all this because I think we often fall in love with results or sometimes have bias towards our own bets and process. And you may look at a result and claim bad beat, because of an error, or a shame to lose by the hook. But for me, that wager was about both pitchers limiting trouble throughout, and I'd argue neither pitcher did that. Bets like that, you could still cash, but, I had the wrong read, especially on Castillo. I mean, this is all okay, as long as you understand when to hold them and when to fold them. An older version of myself may have continued to chase Castillo, assuming, especially in his home starts, assuming he bounces back. But watching him throw and still have that extra oomph on his pitches, especially his fastball with poor control, makes me think he's still a few starts away from getting his mojo back. Now, always remember to grade yourself accordingly, and this isn't always based on results. I mean, sure, from a short-term perspective it is, but overall, you can grade your bets in whatever way you best see fit, but cash is king and short-term results are great, but wrong process can create a fallacy that will likely lead you to a money pit. And look, I'm hoping to aim to bounce back in this spot, but if not, I'll be here. Before I go into this play, how about Joey Work crushing the baseball videos? This is going to be a tough act for me to follow. Be sure to check out his vids if you haven't already. He'll have vids on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and of course joining us on Sunday mornings. Also, Spread and Tyler have been just smashing the daily NBA videos, and they've been joined by the DFS crew daily from Run Pure. Super informative if you enjoy betting the NBA. If you're one of those type of psychopaths that enjoys regular season NBA, weekdays at 1 o'clock you can catch Spread and the guys, and they run down the entire NBA slate. And also, like these videos, dipshits. That's all I'm asking you for. All right, so enough with the blue balls, folks. Let's dive in. Play I really like for tomorrow's slate or tonight's slate, pending the time you're watching this video. Diamondbacks team total over 3.5. I got this minus 110 at DraftKings in New Jersey. So this play is a bit more of a bats ride for me more than anything. But there are other elements in play for why I have this number favorable. Ynoa, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Ynoa was due for some regression based on some of his advanced details in his numbers. We saw it versus the Cubs in a big way, not expecting it to be that egregious in this game, but we definitely saw it start to happen. Now, he draws an Arizona lineup that looked lifeless 4 to 5 games ago, but not so much anymore. Remember, this game of baseball is quite streaky at times, and even if in just short bursts, this Arizona team is dealing with the injury bug a bit, but they've still found some life with their bats in colder than normal temperatures over the last few games. Sure, a little late run heroics in some of these games, but I think this only adds to the mojo this team is rocking right now. They've also seen some good starting arms on the other side, which has kind of made this even better. So why is Ynoa due for regression? For starters, an 87% left on base percentage, just wildly egregious. Pair this with his 33% home run to fly ball rate, and this dude better be living on ground balls moving forward. Only 15% soft contact, and he's getting mauled by right-handed bats in his small sample thus far. He now draws a Diamondbacks team, or a lineup, finding their stride, averaging 10 hits per game over their last 4. Plenty of runs as well. Craziest stat of all, though, how about averaging almost 8 walks per game in their last 4 games? I don't have to mention to you that that's basically a walk per inning. Now, Ynoa has been good with his control to date, lack of walks, but he's made a huge jump in his career in a positive way based on the baseline he's shown in MLB prior to this season. I have to assume this regresses, and maybe, it's this patient Diamondbacks team that could start to boost these numbers back up. Now, this Diamondbacks team might not be filled with so much power bats that really scare you, especially with Marte sideline, but they still have guys with pop, and if they get a ball out, I mean, again, this number's 4, so they get one ball out, it could make a big difference. For me, this is all about scoring opportunities, though, that should be there for this team. They've averaged nearly 2 base runners per inning over their last 4 games. I don't care if the Braves are throwing out Sandy Koufax on the bump here. This Diamondbacks team is getting guys on. Let's also talk on the Braves bullpen briefly. While on paper coming into the season, this pen figured to be a top 10 in the majors, and they may still get there, or they may correct themselves. But currently, they're tops in the league in blown leads from this pen. Walking guys has been a big concern for this stable of bullpen arms coming into this game, and now they draw the most patient team in baseball over the last 4 to 5 days. Now, Ynoa is by no means an innings eater, and him going 6 innings would be a victory for the Braves, in my opinion, before conceding 3 innings to the pen. Now, weather figures to be 65-ish with winds slightly blowing in. Nothing overly concerning. This shouldn't impact hitting in a negative or positive manner. I thought about taking the Diamondbacks on the money line here, but this Braves offense does scare me a bit. Especially with Luke Weaver on the hill. I debated on the full game over, but I didn't want to try to predict what the Braves offense is going to do and whether or not Ronald Acuna returns tomorrow, which he very well may. If he doesn't, there's probably some value on the dog price here at 155. But I found the Diamondbacks total a better angle for me, all things considered. So again, play for me in this video. Diamondbacks team total over 3.5. Got that -110. DraftKings in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. Want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope a UFO smashes into your house. As always, drop comments below your thoughts in the vid and let me know who you're betting, or don't, and I don't know, sit on your hand. Seriously though, I always get back to you guys in the comments, so fire away. I'll be back early on Saturday afternoon with a live video talking the slate, and then back with Joey and Holden on Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern. Big weekend for us in general with a lot of big tennis tournaments going on for me. Of course, baseball, NBA, UFC, NASCAR, live videos with Keg. So be sure to check us out, runpurebets.com. $15 for an entire week of content with code BETS, 25 off. It's nearly free, folks. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe, folks.